this day and age where the companies are all getting taken over by scary billionaires, and a lot of people are talking about like making their own studios and make things independently. What do you want to do?
I mean,
maybe you're just a book girl now.
No. I do work at iHeartRadio, so I'm maybe not the best person to ask this question to. I don't know. I have worked independently extensively over the years. I don't know if I have a good answer to that question. I think that I feel encouraged by seeing people start their own projects independently. I feel like that's always a moving target, where when I was starting in podcasting, because both of my shows that were eventually purchased by a network started independently and were like built, and so there was this baseline of like me and my co-hosts like make the rules, and then we're able to demonstrate like this is what works, don't interfere, right? Okay. And so that was something that I've always really valued, is like having, regardless of what the setup is, like leave me alone and leave me alone and give me the appropriate amount of time, and I promise I will bring you something that is interesting. I cannot guarantee people are going to listen to it. I don't like being told that like you have to be a marketing professional in order to get it heard. But that is like usually the case.
Sure.
I don't know. I mean, I guess what do you think about this? Because you're making stuff independently now. What has the shift been like?
What do I think? I really want people to make like movie studios, basically.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, I wish like I wish more actors and producer, director, like people who are successful in Hollywood, like multi-millionaires, I wish they would start studios.
I know. I feel like it's cool seeing a handful of people like want to give money to independent productions. I feel like, maybe it's just because I've been looking for it harder than normal, but that a lot of people are making their first low budget feature. They're just like doing it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just made my first feature earlier this year, and it definitely was, at least in part, in response to like feeling the frustration and churn, and how temporary how temporary everything I was making felt at that time, and how like none of it belonged to me. And seeing all of these incredible examples of things that I feel like because of the like whatever the media landscape that we like became a part of, like nothing ever belonged to us, and that was so normal.
Yeah.
And I didn't really start to dawn on me until years later, like what a big risk that was, because the companies we worked for were swallowed fucking whole by whoever, and everything you worked on for however many years could be totally disappeared if you didn't like swipe a hard drive at the right moment. Yeah. And so it was like, that was really when I saw that start to happen, and that was in like, I mean, that was like super deluxe time, where I truly like was told, hey, if you want any of this leech shit that you made, come in and get a hard drive today, because it's all being disappeared because of a fucking Warner Brothers merger that happened however many years ago. And so seeing that, and also knowing that even though I love these podcasts I've made, I'm very proud of them, some of them don't belong to me, and they could just go away.
Yeah.
And seeing that happen to enough people, or like people who work on shows for streaming for years, and then everything they've worked on is just gone.
Yeah.
And like, that hasn't happened to me yet that I know of, but it's going to. Like, there's it became very important to me to have to make something collaborative and like make something that I was excited about, but it had to belong to me. And even that is a huge privilege, because I use my like podcast savings to make that happen. There's no one, I mean, there are people, but it's so few people who are actually giving people the money they need to like make something. And I don't know what the answer is other than like what you're saying, like people who are in that position see the problem and care about it to actually just do that.
I know.
But I appreciate this, seeing like people are figuring it out anyways. Yeah. People are making their own stuff, and that like, I don't know. I there's a movie that I saw recently. It's made by these two wonderful filmmakers called Dead Lover, and it's so good. They made it themselves. They funded it through in all of these complicated ways. But that there's no like lack of interest in seeing an independent movie that is like weird and gross and funny.
Yeah.
It's just that you're told constantly that there isn't any interest, but it's like it's so obvious that people do want to go see a movie. They want to see something different. They want to see something cool, because you see it happening all over the place and it works. But you're just told by anyone who has money, well, nobody wants that, even though it's not true.
They're such liars.
It's so they're like, no, go make your fucking reels. And I'm like, no.
They are such liars. And like, yeah, people saying nobody wants to go to the movie theater anymore, and then you're like, wait, who's saying that?
Yeah.
Someone who has a streamer that you watch in your home, they're telling me not to make movies for the theater. That's interesting.
Yeah. And again, not to like go back to the like time thing, but I think that's a part of it, is like making something like that takes a shitload of time. And I think that like creatively our time has been so thoroughly devalued. And I just like reject that. I feel like there is a like AI brained thing that we're all sort of making this like tacit agreement to be okay with by making worse things faster. Even if they are completely made by people, it's like there's a pressure to be like, well, what if you could make something faster? Because there's someone who's going to try to make something similar and use all of these tools that you're morally opposed to. So the only solution is to what? Do all of those things yourself? Like, that's crazy. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of people who burn out as a result of like that being the expectation. It's just,